Hello student of class 7, let's continue our chapter acid, base and salt. And in my last video I discussed about the natural indicator. Today we are going to know about the synthetic indicator. Indicator that are synthesized by human beings in lab using chemical are synthetic indicator. On other words, we can say it is the man-made indicator. Few examples of synthetic indicator are phenolphthalein, methyl orange, etc. Phenolphthalein indicator is actually colorless solution, but whenever you put it in basic solution, it turns pink but remain colorless in acidic and neutral solution. Methyl orange is an orange color solution. It red in acid solution and yellow in basic solution. And about universal indicator, I already told you that pH paper is the example of universal indicator. Universal indicator is a mixture of different indicator. It gives different color for different pH values. These indicators are available in the form of strips of paper called pH paper. The color obtained when a few drops of a solution are added to the pH paper strip is compared to a standard color chart to estimate the pH of the solution. So student, I told that pH paper consists 1 to 14 number, and for each number different color is there. So when by seeing the different number we can find out the strength of a acid or base, means how strong acid or how weak a acid, or how strong a base or how weak a base we can find out by using the pH paper. And pH paper, whenever you see the 7 number and at the middle, that is indicating that it is a neutral substance. Water is a neutral substance. Water is a tasteless substance. Water is neither acid nor base, but other all the substances are acidic, or some are basic. So by seeing the color differences in pH paper, we can find out the strength of the solution. Now let's know about that salt. An acid, whenever react with base to form salt and water, we know that is called neutralization reaction. The acid and base neutralize the properties of each other. Heat is also produced during a neutralization reaction, and the general neutralization reaction is represented as follows. Acid, whenever react with base to form salt water, along with some heat also produces. For example, sodium hydroxide is a strong base, and so hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid is a strong acid. So both when react, then salt, sodium chloride and water and heat produces. So this is the example of a neutralization reaction. In this reaction you can see the salt is forming. So salt form here the help of the neutralization reaction. Now salts also have different types. Some salts may be acidic, some basic, or some salts are neutral. So remember, when a strong acid react with a weak base, then the salt whatever produce, always it is acidic. The solution of such a salt has a pH lower than 7 because acidic in nature. Any acid, its pH value is always lower than 7. For example, ammonium chloride is an acidic salt formed by the neutralization reaction between a strong acid, hydrochloric acid, and the weak base, ammonium hydroxide. So remember, salt may be acidic, basic, or neutral. Whenever a strong acid and a weak base react, then the salt whatever formed, always it is acidic. Similarly, when a strong base react with a weak acid, then the salt whatever form it is a basic salt, and basic salt always have the pH value more than 7. For example, sodium acted CH3COONA is a basic salt found by the neutralization reaction between a weak acetic acid and strong base like sodium hydroxide. Another type of salts are neutral salts. Neutral salts, when a strong acid react with a strong base, the salt, whatever form, always in nature, and the solution of such salt has a pH of 7. For example, sodium chloride is a neutral salt formed by the neutralization reaction between a strong hydrochloric acid and a strong sodium hydroxide base. Some salts and their uses are given in the table. Sodium chloride, always we say that is a table salt because it is a neutral salt, and which we use in our cooking, and also we use for preservative. Sodium carbonate is another salt which it is used for washing soda and also used in detergent. Sodium bicarbonate is also a salt used in baking, antacids and extinguisher. Potassium nitrate, calcium carbonate and copper sulfate are also some example of salts.